Legacy of trust, serving Micronesia since 1938. Matson, wishing you a safe, healthy, and joyous holiday season. Cars Plus Hyundai, home of the Kona electric vehicle, an electric heart with an SUV soul. Test drive yours today at Cars Plus. McDonald's of Guam, I'm Loving It, and King's Restaurant, serving your local breakfast, lunch, and dinner favorites for over 45 years.
Ahead on Prime Time. After many months, the Mayor's Council of Guam receives their funds from the American Rescue Plan. Nessa Lacanto has that story. Plus, in Audit Questions, Port 7 increments awarded to the reinstated employees. And over the weekend, CNMI records 5 COVID-19 related deaths, bringing the total to 15. These stories and so much more coming up on your news leader.
Hafide and good evening, everyone. Happy New Year's. Guahusi Isaiah again, and thank you for joining us. The Mayor's Council of Guam will be finally getting its cut of the American Rescue Plan funding after months of uncertainty and some public skepticism by a potential political opponent. Adelup has announced the long-awaited village allocations. KUAM's Nessa Lacanto has tonight's top story.
The governor's office announced a total of $17.6 million in allocations for the mayor's council, and some $200,000 will be transferred immediately to cover differential pay for mayor's staff. This comes after Adelup said it received verification from the U.S. Treasury it could do so. In a news release, the governor says she has been seeking such clarification in light of earlier disputes. This also includes criticism from Congressman Michael San Nicolas, who said Treasury officials had informed him that a portion of ARP funds could have gone directly to the mayors as non-entitlement units. Adelup countered that Treasury had confirmed for them that, quote, Guam does not have any non-entitlement units and has allocated the $17.59 million to the County of Guam, which allows the government to use the allocation consistent with program-eligible uses. Among the allocations requested by the mayors, $2.5 million for village recycling and beautification, $1.38 million to lease or buy heavy equipment such as backhoes and tractor mowers, and $1.14 million to purchase heavy-duty pickup trucks for each village. The governor's office adds that through its due diligence, it was able to secure more funding for the mayors than they otherwise would have received. For Guam's News Network, I'm Nasser Lacanto.
The public auditor has some pointed criticism of the latest settlement agreements for the so-called Port 7. A new OPA audit questions the amount of the increments awarded to the reinstated employees. It's also critical of a lack of due diligence by management in determining any income earned that would offset the settlement amounts. KUAM's Nessa Lacanto has this report as well.
The Port 7 were employees fired during the Calvo administration for an alleged cover-up of a workman's comp claim. They challenged their firings and were reinstated with back pay by the current port management. And Public Auditor B.J. Cruz has been reviewing the settlement agreements.
Preliminarily, for the entire 7, it'll probably cost about $3.5 million. Just these 2 employees on this audit cost $1.1 million.
The 2 he's referring to are the focus of the latest audit, identified only as employees S and T. Cruz has several concerns.
Our first problem with that is that the port has decided that everybody that they're bringing back and they're giving them the highest increment annually, which means that their salary every year has gone up 5%. And one employee started out, was terminated from the port at 83, came back and was making 118.
Auditors contend that because the 7 weren't actually working at the port, they should get the lower increment of 2% instead of the 5%, which is for outstanding work. And Cruz had another concern.
The supervisor turns in this performance evaluation, and the general manager has to sign it to certify it and to implement it. And the problem at the port, I don't know what was happening during that whole period, but for some reason, a lot of these personnel actions, these performance evaluations, were not signed by the GM. The port says, well, the fact that it wasn't signed doesn't mean that it was denied and it can't be withheld. Well, your own port rules and regulations state that in order to activate that, there has to be a signature by the general manager.
To further support his argument, the public auditor points to one particular employee settlement agreement.
She even demanded back wages from before she was terminated for an increment that wasn't given to the employee during that 2011-2012. And that to me shows that that wasn't supposed to be given, and now it's being given.
In a statement, Port General Manager Rory Respicio said that an analysis of the methodology used to deconstruct the salaries of the two reinstated employees showed they were underpaid. But the OPA was also critical of the port's lack of due diligence. Any salary amount earned by the employees while they were away from the port is supposed to be subtracted from the settlement amount.
Neither one of these two employees presented their W-2 forms. And the port didn't ask for the W-2 forms. The port didn't ask for their tax returns for those years to show how much they claimed in their tax returns.
Meanwhile, Port GM Respicio says he will be forwarding the audit and their response to the Attorney General for his review and guidance. For Guam's News Network, I'm Nestor Lecanto.
The CNMI records a staggering 5 COVID-19 deaths in the past week. Public health officials are parsing through the data to get a clearer picture. KUAM's Tomas Manglotnia has the details.
So this is a grim reminder that we still need to protect ourselves and our community from COVID.
5 COVID-19 related fatalities in the past week, signs of how the frontline battle is far from over.
Behind these statistics, they are individuals. They are loved ones, and we need to be respectful of that.
Since October, there have been over 3,000 new cases in Saipan's first surge. Also skyrocketing is the vaccination rate, now at 95.1%.
Since this recent surge in cases that you have had, there have been 15 deaths. Now, of those 15 deaths, tragically, 9 had never been vaccinated, 1 had a single dose, and 5 were fully vaccinated. But none of these people had a booster dose. It's a reminder that in a community that's highly vaccinated, this disease is very, very deadly for the unvaccinated.
Those deaths ranging from the age of 43 to 95 years old. A new year with the same message: get vaccinated, and if it's time, get boosted.
This is a new year, so let's try to make it good for all of us. We are reminding everyone that the pandemic is not over.
Tomas Manglotnia for KUAM News.
For those waiting for the Pfizer vaccine, the wait is over as the shipment that the Department of Public Health and Social Services was expecting to arrive last week just before the new year. KUAM's Daniel Perez reports.
Our Pfizer shipment came in. It arrived on Friday last week, on December 31st. We received a total of 2,340 doses of the Pfizer-BioNTech vaccine, and this is the adult vaccine, the one for ages 12 and older. So we did receive them, and we're very glad that they arrived.
Public Health PIO Janela Carrera confirming the arrival of the Pfizer vaccine. As we reported last week, the UOG vaccination clinic had run out of the said vaccine, while the northern and southern community healthcare centers were low on stock. With this new shipment, UOG has now received its share to continue vaccinations.
So we did distribute them, and we did give some to the UOG vaccination clinic. So they do have their allocation, and operations are back to normal. So they are able to give doses to those who are looking for either their regular or first doses of the Pfizer vaccine, or if they're looking for their booster shots, then they're able to give booster shots to those seeking it.
To avoid another pause in vaccinations, Carrera assured residents that more orders for the vaccines have been placed.
We had already placed our next order for vaccines. I don't know the exact date of when that will be arriving for Pfizer and for Moderna as well. But we have already placed that order. So this is a routine order that we place, and it's usually either once a week or once every other week.
Carrera added that once they expect the new shipment to arrive, Public Health has already placed an order for a new batch of vaccines. Daniel Perez reporting for Guam's News Network.
The Guam Memorial Hospital Authority has achieved a high vaccination rate. According to GMHA spokesperson May Habib, the hospital is 97.5% vaccinated among staff. However, there is still that small percentage who aren't vaccinated. Habib stated, quote, "We'll continue to encourage and educate the remaining 2.5% of staff about the benefits of getting vaccinated. The reality is, though, reaching 100% is difficult no matter what, since people have medical and religious exemptions for remaining unvaccinated," end quote. GMHA is proud to reach a high vaccination rate and are thankful to their staff who wanted to protect themselves, their patients, and the community. Meanwhile, the hospital continues to care for both COVID and non-COVID patients. Habib added, quote, "We're holding steady at a high patient census overall, although keeping COVID's low as well. Generally, we've just had a higher patient census of non-COVID patients even before the holidays," end quote. In other news, an 86-year-old woman was assaulted Sunday night in the village of Malesu. According to Guam Police Department acting spokesperson Officer Berlin Savella, Southern Precinct Patrol officers responded to an assault complaint just before 8:30 p.m. Upon arrival, the investigation revealed that a robbery had occurred. Malesu Mayor Ernest Chargaloff told KUAM News that what he was able to gather about the incident.
Last night that she was assaulted and she was robbed supposedly. So this morning I went up to the two neighbors adjoining her if they didn't notice anything, and they said no, they didn't notice anything, but they heard that it's only over cans of Pepsi or something or soda and a little money. So that's, to me, that's robbery already. So whoever did that could have just taken anything and everything there, rather than just to assault her out in the process.
The woman was transported to Naval Hospital. Her condition is unknown at this time. Mayor Chargaloff is asking for the public assistance. If you have any information, you are urged to contact the Malesu Mayor's Office at 671-828-8312 or 2941 or your nearest police precinct. The legislature is currently without a legal counsel. Attorney Ana Juanpat Borja resigned effective December 31st last year, citing family reasons. And Legislative Legal Bureau Attorney Stacey Solis has also stepped down. The Bureau is required to provide legal services to all senatorial offices. The legislature's executive director, Carlo Branch, says a search for new counsel is ongoing. It's not clear yet if a legislative session will be held this month or postponed until another attorney is hired and approved by the body. Branch says he's not aware of any rule or law that requires that legal counsel be present during session, but as a practical matter, senators frequently consult counsel on all legal questions during sessions proceedings. Once again, we invite you to voice your view across our social media pages on our daily question. We want to kick off 2022 by asking you, what do you plan to change in the new year? We'll share responses on the link tomorrow morning. And before we head into the break, as you can see, we're kicking off the new year with a simpler look. This is a temporary set as well. We'll be launching a new set next month. Stay tuned for that. We'll be back with more news here on KUAM News Primetime.
Get up-to-the-minute news, plus access to alerts, streaming radio, promotions, and more on your mobile device by downloading the KUAM News mobile app, available at the App Store now.
Don't need a work break, keep the smile on your face. The moments you can't replace, and I'll be around. Whoa, you can count on me. You can count on me for life.
Wherever life takes you, we're always here for you. Calvo's Insurance. Count on us for life.
Honey, do you want some milk?
Do you ever wonder how your favorite products make their way into your local stores? Most arrive on state-of-the-art Matson vessels that transport containers of food, household items, equipment, and supplies into the islands every week. Because we know that you depend on us, we work closely with our partners to ensure that our shipments arrive on time, all the time, so you can find your favorite products when you need them. We transport the region's most precious cargo that supports successful businesses and promotes a better quality of life for our families. Matson is proud to have been the hometown shipping carrier for Guam, the CNMI, and Micronesia for the past 25 years. And you can count on us to be here for generations to come.
The all-new Hyundai Tucson.
Let us know what's up on our KUAM News WhatsApp tip line at 671-727-0094. Share information about what's happening in your town, on Guam or the CNMI, and what you want us to know. Reach us on WhatsApp at 671-727-0094.
Welcome back to your news leader. In regional news, from a new slaughterhouse to increase military presence, Tinian Mayor Edwin A. Aldon says the state of the island is united. KUAM's Tomas Manglotnia reports.
The state of Tinian is united. In his New Year's address, Tinian Mayor Edwin Aldon checked off major milestones for the island. That includes their COVID response.
The people of Tinian have done a remarkable job in terms of vaccinations. Since the recent publication of the 2020 census data, Tinian's vaccination rates indicate that we have reached over 90% of the total population.
A blow to the tourism industry and reliance on federal funds also leaving its mark.
The ARPA funds that were given to the Tinian municipality, I was able to bring back the employees who were initially furloughed due to the decrease in revenue stream, and more importantly, create more jobs to hire individuals that will in turn boost Tinian's economy.
That boost coming with the completion of a slaughterhouse.
We were able to complete the slaughterhouse, more formally known as Tinian's Qualidad Meat Processing Center, that will promote USDA grass-fed beef with hopes that it will eventually become a sustainable industry.
A booming military industry also gaining ground with an initial $160 million Department of Defense plan for a divert airfield.
Many of you are worried that talks are still ongoing for the proposed live fire training on Tinian and the Northern Islands. I want you to know that we remain strong in our stance to prohibit the use of live fire in our region. After many years of negotiating with the Department of Defense, we have come to a point of mutual understanding and respect for one another.
Mayor Aldon also placing focus on renewable energy, waste management, and decentralization to cut the red tape for Tinian to act quicker on decisions about its future.
There is only one team here, Team Tinian. This island belongs to us, and so let's continue working together.
Tomas Manglotnia for KUAM News.
Shifting gear to crime news here on Guam, murder defendant Matthew Jason Augustine Manabusin appeared in local court today before Judge Vernon Perez. Trial for his case is set to begin on February 9th. Manabusin is accused of manslaughter and aggravated assault for the death of Joshua Menu, whose body was found in April of last year along Swamp Road in Dededo. According to court documents, Menu was having dinner at Manabusin's home when an argument ensued between Menu and one of Manabusin's family members. The report states that Menu then injured the family member on the neck with a machete. Manabusin then allegedly shot Menu, and Menu fled the residence. According to court documents, Manabusin provided specific instructions to officers which allowed them to locate the gun that was used. Manabusin was on parole at the time of the alleged incident and did not possess a valid firearms ID. Manabusin is currently being held at the Hagåtña detention facility. Today in Superior Court, 32-year-old Christopher Kaneshiro pleaded guilty to family violence as a third-degree felony and 2 counts of family violence as a misdemeanor. The victim was present in court and agreed to the conditions. According to court documents, the victim and Kaneshiro were at a Tumon hotel in the late hours of March 6 and early hours of March 7. The victim said Kaneshiro was drunk when they got into an argument. He then put the victim into a chokehold and kicked the victim in the face, shoulder, and legs, slapped and choked her several times. The victim was noted having swelling, bruising, and marks all over the body when she reported the incident to police on March 9th. Judge Alberto Lamarena ordered that Kenishiro be on probation for less than 1 year and pay a $2,000 fine. He's currently on house arrest with standard conditions. Sentencing is scheduled for March 30th. Reading a book may be a part of your New Year's resolution list, and here's one way to help you reach that.
It's a new year and perhaps it's now time to turn a new page. Just a few feet away from the front door of the PD Mayor's office, a bookshelf with a variety of genres like children's books, fantasy among others, hangs on the wall. PD Mayor Jesse Alec told KUAM News how the project came about.
The Rotary Club of Pago Bay came out with a really cool shelf. I don't know if you saw it in a picture, but it's a nice blue shelf that's actually mounted outside of the office, so that residents could actually come by and take a look at what books we have available. And they certainly can borrow a book and leave a book if they have one to share. And it's open to all residents of all ages. And of course, I'm all about promoting any kind of literacy in the village.
Whether you're from PD or not, you can still grab a book. The Take a Book, Leave a Book is like a library, but the difference is you don't have to be quiet. There are no due dates, late fees, and book cards. All you have to do is just read.
We have different types of genres in the shelf at the moment. We have some Chamorro books, so that's kind of cool, and some novel type books for the older reader. So that, it's a real exciting project. I'm so grateful for the Rotary Club of Pago Bay for bringing the books out to the village and for promoting literacy.
There is no library within the village of PD. The Rotary E-Club of Pago Bay, Guam mounted the shelf last Thursday on December 30th. Tanya McDaniel designed the library. Alec anticipates a great turnout as he shares that residents are already willing to give their books.
We look forward to sharing these books with the residents, and I think it'll work out as well for the residents to come and share their books with us. And, so it'll be a nice exchange of ideas and thoughts, I think, when it comes to reading. We're so grateful because we've already received some residents wanting to donate some books for the bookshelf for the case. So we're excited about that. Now we just need the kids and other residents to come by and check it out.
Meanwhile, Guam Education Board Chair Mark Mendiola, who built the box, shared the same sentiments as Mayor Alec, hoping that residents enhance reading.
I really love the idea. It just gives an opportunity for our communities to, engage and, go in there and just share knowledge through books.
Books can be swapped and don't have to be returned. Donations can be made to the mayor's office.
A closing ceremony was held on Thursday for Project Youth's Christmas Break Youth Program. About 15 youth ages 13 to 16-year-olds participated in the free 8-day program, which was spearheaded by the Guam Police Department along with the assistance of several partners. The ceremony, which was held at the GCA Trades Academy, highlighted the community activities and restoration projects that the youth took part in. GPD Chief Stephen Ignacio spoke to the participants, thanking each one of their hard work and dedication before all were presented a certificate of completion. Until 6 a.m. Tuesday, a series of advisories remain in effect for Guam, Rota, Tinian, and Saipan along north-facing reefs. A high surf advisory in which large breaking waves of 7 to 9 feet are expected along north-facing reefs. According to the National Weather Service Guam office, there is also a high risk of rip currents and a small craft advisory. Northeast winds of 15 to 25 knots and seas of 6 to 9 feet for Guam and 7 to 9 feet for Rota, Tinian, and Saipan are expected. Inexperienced mariners, especially those operating smaller vessels, should avoid navigating in hazardous conditions. Stay with us. Coming up next on KUAM News Sports with Dave Delgado, and still to come, your Coach Sun Creamery birthday shoutouts. Keep it here to KUAM.
We knew it was time to make these when we started asking things like, Wouldn't it be nice to be able to get a warm cinnamon roll right now? And why can't this kind of muffin come from the same place as a McMuffin? And isn't your coffee lonely without company from a glazed apple fritter? Well, consider these our 3 resounding yeses. Meet the new bakery sweets at McDonald's. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
KUAM Sports is brought to you by Docomo Pacific. Better together.
UOG is hosting tryouts for aspiring esports athletes. Full-time students who make the team will receive partial scholarships to help fund their tuition for the spring of 2022.
Definitely the kind of people I want to see this semester, people that have potential to be leaders and have the motivation to get up there. And I really think a lot of the players, believe it or not, beginner or mid-level, they can get into the potential they want to be. So whoever is down to play Smash, that wants to level up their game, but not only that, level up their character, their fitness, and even if they're not interested, maybe they would be interested as they go through the program. It's awesome. It's an awesome program because not only are you able to compete intercollegiate, you're able to also get scholarships for participating in this.
Being an athlete, what's the experience been like for you since joining with the UOG esports program?
So far, being with UOG esports for about 1 year, it's been really great for me. I've been really growing, not just as a player, but as a person. Of course, it's not only just about the game. We also have to have the fitness and the mental health aspect. I really love the mental health aspect because it really helps me grow as a person, because some of the things that I might not want to talk to, even though I might seem really open, I like to keep things to myself, and having that one person, someone I can really trust, it really helps me a lot.
Alan, you're the head shoutcaster, and how important is it for you to really keep that energy? And what you do, you're like the Bruce Buffer of esports out there.
It's funny because my uncle said the same thing, but yeah, I'm doing my very best to help everyone in the program is doing their very best to make this a thing. Very important for the viewer experience to have somebody who's analytical and entertaining to watch, high energy, just shoutcasting and keeping the game interesting, keeping you, paying attention and having a good time absorbing information, maybe telling you things you didn't even know about the game as they go along. And of course, someone to explain it in layman's terms for those who don't play the game or are just there visiting. I try to make it a little bit easier to understand for parents that might be involved and adults that are watching, supporting their children, or friends who don't play the game who are also watching and spectating as well. I think shoutcasting is a really important job, and we have shoutcasting tryouts as well. So if anyone would like to try out for that, please contact me for that as well.
KUAM Sports is brought to you by Docomo Pacific. Better together.
You are everything that matters to me, and I promise to do whatever it takes to keep you healthy, to be comfortable, and to be free. I love you. As long as we're together, I'll always make sure that home will always be our best place to breathe.
I didn't get screened because I was just afraid of it.
I procrastinated.
I didn't have any symptoms.
I didn't have insurance.
I didn't want to know.
There were several services that was available to me.
I got a mammogram.
Colonoscopy.
I know in my heart that early detection saved my life.
And I just tell people all the time, please go get screened.
Welcome back. Just as the first batch of fireworks began working their magic and lighting up the sky over Hagåtña Bay after Guam welcome the year 2022, our island community also set a collective holiday to our newest resident, Amelia Faith. The first baby born on United States soil came into the world just 5 seconds after midnight as Dr. Thomas Shea oversaw the natural delivery to proud parents Allison Francisco and Jerickson Turia. And for being Baby New Year Little Amelia's family gets a prize package from Archway Incorporated and many generous sponsors worth over $7,500, including cash, numerous gift certificates, movie passes, baby supplies, and a special gift basket from the family of Kylie Ray Cisolona and the first baby born in 2017. Congratulations from KUAM and all our fellow Guamanians, and blessings on this wonderful and beautiful little bundle of joy to start 2022. And before we close out the news tonight, our latest round of the birthday shoutouts from the Cold Stone Creamery Birthday Club.
Happy birthday to Deanna, who is the first Cold Stone Creamery Birthday Club celebrant of 2022. Congratulations to you and happy birthday. Also, we got some belated birthday wishes because over the long holiday weekend, there were lots of people who blew out the candles, including Jaden Robigu, who was born on the 29th, Bryson Drew Matanonia, who celebrates birthday number 11. He was born on the 31st. This is coming from Mom and Dad, Andrew and Corey Matanonia, and your brothers Isaiah and Rowan, sister Princess Kendall Joe, Grandma and Uncle Boone, and your Sablan, Maxshot, and Matanonia families. Also, Isabella Palacios, who was born on the 31st. Happy 10th birthday to you. We hope you have an amazing day today, baby girl. Love always, your fam bam. Michael Joseph Perez, God bless you, Michael Joseph. We can't believe you are 5. You are our favorite son. We love you to infinity. Say mommy, daddy, Abby, and grandma. Rick Mangiola and Elaine Castro, both born on New Year's Day. Happy birthday and Happy New Year to our children, Rick and Elaine. Love you both. Say mom and dad. Also, Noah Anthony Regis Babalta. Happy birthday to you from your Regis and Babalta familia. Our New Year starts with you. Miyukiko Kostelny. Happy birthday to you, to our world traveler who's visited all 7 continents. Good job. Wishing you the very best birthday ever from your Gualafon family who loves you all to the moon. And happy birthday to Connor, who celebrates birthday number 13 on the 2nd of January. Love your sisters, Ava, Daisy, and Lula, and the rest of your familia.
Remember, you can be a part of the Cold Stone Creamery Birthday Club by registering online at KUAM.com. Now be sure to include with your photo your name and birthday. That's going to do it for us here on Primetime this Monday evening. Guahusi Isaiah. Again, thank you for watching and good night, Marianas.